Morning. Can I see the kids, though? Where are the kids? All right, at least let's have the kids come up close. Okay. Have a seat. But don't fall down. Okay. So, what have we been talking about? Right? But Joshua died. So who is leading the people of Israel now? Nobody, and then occasionally people we call judges. Can you say judges? Okay, not like a judge now in the courtroom who has a black robe and sits there with a hammer and says, order in the court or what have you, although that's not the judge, right? Different kind of judge. These are war leaders who are also sort of prophets. They talk to God and they lead the people in war. Why do they need to lead the people in war, do you think? I'll tell you. Actually, the book of Judges will tell us. So it says, and the children of Israel did evil again, in the sight of the Lord. And the Lord gave strength to Eglon, the king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of the Lord. What does that mean? It means they were doing bad things, so God gave victory to their enemies. Right? So what's going to happen then? They're going to repent, they're going to ask for help, and God will send them somebody to lead them to kick their enemies out again. So this is a story that I'm guessing is going to be cooler for the boys than for the girls, but bear with us and we'll get through it quick. Because the next one is for the girls, not the boys. All right? So, and the king of Moab gathered all the children of Ammon and Amalek, and they went and smote Israel, and they possessed the city of palm trees. So the children of Israel served Eglon, the king of Moab, for 18 years. But when the children of Israel cried out to the Lord raised up a deliverer for them, Ehud, the son of Gera, a Benjamite, a man who was left-handed. Any lefties here? You're a lefty. You'll like this. Okay. And by him the children of Israel sent a present to Eglon. What do you think the present was? But Ehud made a dagger which had 2 edges, and it was a cubit long, so about as long as his arm. And he girded it under his raiment on his right thigh. So, think about it. If you're right-handed, where are you going to put your sword? On the left side so you can pull it out, right? Because if it's here, you have to sort of reach weird. So, Eglon was a lefty. So, he was wearing his cloak probably like this, and he had his sword tied under the cloak, so nobody could see it. And then he went bringing the present for the king, right? And he brought the present to Eglon, king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man. And when Ehud had finished saying what he had to say to the king, he sent away the people that carried the present, so maybe they brought some, grain or something. But he himself turned again and said, I have a secret errand to you, O king, so send everybody out so I can whisper it in your ear. And the king said, okay. Maybe not the smartest king, but he figured his soldiers searched, made sure that this guy didn't have a sword, because, well, he wasn't wearing a sword over here, so he's safe, right? And then Ehud came close to the king, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, and Ehud said, here is a message from God for you. And he put out his left hand and took the dagger out, and he stabbed him in the belly. And it says that it went in so deep that the hilt got sucked in by the fat, so he couldn't get the sword out again because he was a fat guy, okay? And then Ehud went out and said, the king is asleep, don't bother him for a while, which means his guards really needed to be fired. And then, well, Ehud went and he blew a trumpet and he raised the children of Israel, and they kicked the Moabites out, and they had peace for as long as they remembered to serve God, and then they forgot again. So what's the message here? I'm not sure. Except the message is, when we sin, if we ask God's forgiveness, He always forgives us. And even if we've gone really much in trouble, a huge amount of trouble, He will still send us someone to help us. Even sometimes a lefty. All right. Next time we have a story for the girls. So stand up and let's get ready to take communion.